In the death-defying realm of Everest summit, a mythical figure emerges from the snow-covered landscape. Discover the shocking twists and turns that lead to the horrible story of the Sleeping Beauty on Mount Everest. A tale that will keep you on the edge of your seat until the very last breath. Their story had a tragic end of an epic journey, the kind that legends are made of. It's a story that would be etched into mountaineering history in the years to come. Francis DiStefano Arsentiev and Sergey Arsentiev bid farewell to their family on May 20th, 1998, filled with the air of adventure, excitement, and perhaps a hint of nervousness. These were mountaineers who had conquered some of the world's most challenging peaks, but their last journey to Mount Everest would prove to be their most dangerous yet. They had set out to climb Mount Everest without the assistance of supplemental oxygen, a daring and bold move that few had attempted before them. And yet, in the end, it would cost them everything. In 1991, Sergey met Francis Arsentiev during their climb in Annapurna. The following year, they exchanged their wedding vows and committed their lives to each other. Together, they had a son named Paul. Their shared passion for climbing surpassed any other love they had in common. Frances, driven by her immense passion and unwavering confidence, carried a fierce ambition to become the first woman to conquer Mount Everest without relying on supplemental oxygen. With their sights set on making history, the couple embarked on their expedition together on May 20th, 1998. Sergey and Francis encountered several obstacles that disrupted their smooth ascent to the summit. One significant challenge was the weather, forcing them to delay their attempts multiple times due to powerful winds. By May 18th, they had scaled a height of 7,700 meters, and the following day, they reached 8,200 meters and settled at Camp 6. However, their luck turned on May 20th. Their prolonged stay at Camp 6 exceeded their expected duration and took a toll on their physical and mental well-being. As Sergey and Francis began their descent from Camp 6, exhaustion and severe weather conditions began to take their toll. They became disoriented and lost their way, wandering off the established route. Tragically, they ended up stranded in the death zone, an area above 8,000 meters where the oxygen levels are dangerously low and survival becomes extremely challenging. Throughout the night, Sergey and Francis battled the elements, desperately trying to find their way back to safety. Several other climbers passed them, but due to the darkness and their weakened state, they were unable to call for help or attract attention. Climbers who encountered them reported that Sergey was in a weakened state and seemed to be suffering from high-altitude cerebral edema, or HACE, a condition caused by oxygen deprivation that affects brain function. Days turned into weeks, and despite extensive search and rescue efforts, no one could locate Sergey and Francis. The couple's absence raised concerns among the climbing community, and a rescue mission was launched. However, the harsh conditions and the lack of precise information about their whereabouts made the search challenging. Finally, on May 27, 1998, another team of climbers discovered Sergey's lifeless body on a ledge at an altitude of around 8,200 meters. It was evident that he had fallen while trying to descend. Unfortunately, Francis was nowhere to be found. It is believed that she had unclipped herself from the rope in an attempt to find Sergey and had fallen into a crevice. The tragic fate of Francis DiStefano Arsentiev and Sergey Arsentiev shook the mountaineering community and sparked debates about the risks and rewards of climbing Mount Everest without supplemental oxygen. Their story highlighted the dangers inherent in high-altitude mountaineering and served as a stark reminder of the risks climbers face in pursuit of their passion. In the years following their deaths, several expeditions were organized to recover Francis's remains, but none were successful. In 2007, the body of Francis Arsentiev was finally located by another climbing team. She was found partially covered by snow and ice, her body preserved in the harsh mountain environment. It was a poignant discovery that brought closure to their son Paul, who had been left motherless at the age of 4. The story of Francis DiStefano Arsentiev and Sergey Arsentiev continues to be remembered as a tragic tale of passion and peril. Their determination and love for the mountains pushed them to attempt the extraordinary, but it ultimately cost them their lives. They serve as a poignant reminder of the risks involved in mountaineering and the importance of preparation, experience, and respect for the forces of nature. The story of Francis and Sergey is a heartbreaking reminder of the challenges and dangers faced by mountaineers on Mount Everest. Their passion for climbing led them to attempt a historic feat, but unfortunately, it ended in tragedy. Their story serves as a cautionary tale, highlighting the need for careful planning, experience, and respect for the mountains when undertaking such daring expeditions.